Hey guys, hope everybody's having a great day. Today we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin pivot, whether or not we can actually make it to 27,500. We're going to talk about something cool that's happening in regards to Zen, so stick around till the end of the video. But let's go ahead and get into the charts and take a look at what's been happening overall in the past couple of days. So we can see currently we are sitting just roughly around above 26,400. At the moment, the current pivots, if we look at the MACD on the 2-day, is sitting right around 27,524, which I've already drawn a horizontal line. As you can see here, this is coming off of the big drop in terms of roughly around Mayish of 2023, and that's coming in the mid region of that, the big mid region drop of it. So the mix retest resistance where I can see sellers coming in would be just roughly around, again, 27,500 region, which basically aligns with our MACD pivot. Now, if we go on the daily, we can see as long as we're below 26,455, we will be continuing to actually range upwards and onwards. If on the 12 hourly, as long as we're below 25,675, we will be continuing to trail upwards and onwards as well too. We can see also the crosses continuing to happen on the EMA. However, you are in the bearish control zone because you're below the mid zero line. However, how much is it actually going to play? You're more likely to see an actual bounce more than anything, as we've been discussing for the past week or so, before likely seeing a more of a drawdown in terms of price action for Bitcoin. Again, the bears still do have some sort of control in regards to maybe seeing another spill before consolidating or ranging a bit, and then hopefully start moving up from there. Now, with that being said, we do have on the 2-day, we can see the 55 and 21 EMA actually merging here, which has brought some statistical data in terms of what we've seen in the past. We can see based off of just the Bybit, we've seen two iterations on the Bybit chart basis off of that, and we're gonna have to go back just a bit into it. We can see here once the actual crossing happened, this actually brought us down roughly here from the swing high to swing low, just roughly around 23%. If we even go back a bit further, there was a bit of a delayed reaction once the spill already had happened, and then you get the actual crossing. But if we were to take the actual crossing to occur on the 2-day from the top peak, that actually brought you about 50% to the downside. If we go further, well, those are the only two iterations on Bybit. But this one, yeah, that one right there. Other than that, yeah, those are the two iterations. But let's say if you were to take the two of those and you were to divide them, let's say 25% based off of a delayed reaction, where would it actually put you? That basically puts you around 21,000 or the upper side of $21,000 area, which there is a lot of confluence of support in this particular region. Again, that can actually hold Bitcoin from here. Now we can see on the RSI, we've seen a big complete resets overall. Again, coming to very, very low levels. So again, implied bounce, more likely here. If we look at the stochastic, we're actually putting in a higher low. We didn't put a lower low based off of this particular swing in the market to the downside. While you're actually putting in lower low on price action, you put in higher low on the stochastic. Again, implying there's some sort of bounce overall. Now, whether that bounce actually meets at the resistance line, again, at 27,500, I think that's yet to be seen overall. But again, the implication of the bounce is there. With that being said, that's basically what I'm expecting for Bitcoin. The only thing I'm doing in particular to that, I am still in my 12-hourly trade in regards to the trade that we actually took. Where is it? Right here, which is the strategy 23, which has already again netted us about 13% to the downside based off of the Bitstamp chart. But if you actually go on the Bybit, we can see that it actually brought you about 17% to the downside. So roughly around here, guys. So it's roughly around 24,242. So again, that's basically what we're seeing. Again, I'm continuing to manage this particular trade. I do have my stop loss just set around 28,580. And anything below that, I think on the medium to long term time frames, I think is just going to continue to put in lower lows from there on out and lower highs. With that being said, I've taken a lot of profits off of this. Again, 14 to 17%, not too bad, guys, to be making some good, good profits from here on out. Let's go ahead and talk about Zen, guys. So Zen, if you're not familiar, Jack did come out. He basically did, I don't know if it was a tweet or it was a DM that I saw, a screenshot of a DM saying that he's going to basically be launching Zen on Base, which is the Coinbase Layer 2 network, which is another layer chain. Now, whether or not we need Zen on another chain, I mean, why not? It still gives you an opportunity to go in, mint, if you weren't early in regards to Moonbeam, Avalanche, again, to get your amp up in regards to that, because what's important when you're actually going and minting Zen, guys, is your actual VMUs, right? The VMUs is what counts. So you're going to have an early VMU in regards to, you're going to have an early rank in regards to, again, Zen, right? Because the higher, again, the VMU, and the earlier your actual your rank is, the better it is, guys. You're gonna have a higher amp, which is good, guys. That's what you want to have. Is you want to have a early amp, and the earlier amp that you have, the better it is in terms of your Zen FTs, because they're gonna generate more Zen for you. So with that being said, again, that's what's happening there. Again, we saw friend.tech. I've been trying to get on this thing. Again, I got a couple invitation codes. However, I've been having some technical issues with it. I linked my Twitter account, and it comes back asking for an invitation. And then when I put in a new invitation code, it comes back saying that my Twitter account is already linked, and then it takes me back to the invitation code again. So personally, myself, I haven't been able to get on friend.tech to basically test it out, but I've been seeing some of the screenshots and what's been happening there. So it's pretty cool, pretty neat. Again, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically engaging and having your share price go up. The more engagement that you have in terms of, again, your share or your profile overall, and being able to communicate with someone who even has a higher share rate, right? So again, with that being said, that's basically what's happening there in terms of development. We are starting to see 12-hourly strategy conditions actually being met on the 21st of August, which, again, every time if you were to take in this particular trade, it has a 100% strike rate. So meaning if you were to short Zen, you would become very profitable overall. Now, where would I actually put a stop loss in regards to it? It would be just roughly around the 55 EMA. So any closure above 55 EMA, I would consider this invalidated in terms of those conditions for that. But again, what we've seen in the past is that we've already seen 6 occurrences in this particular data set. So that means, again, 28%, where would that put Zen? That would basically put Zen just roughly around, I would say, the 520 region, which is, putting in new all-time lows. Now, again, we are starting to see a pump in regards to Zen, which is good. This so far is bringing you about 12% to the upside. Again, invalidation would occur a closure above the 55 EMA. However, from there on out, I continue to see, as long as we're continuing to close below 55 EMA, then I still see a swing to the downside for Zen overall. Basically, this is what's been happening in regards to Bitcoin. Zen, guys, I'll leave you off with this information. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comment section what you're doing in regards to Zen. Are you continuing to basically mint on Moonbeam, Avalanche, Pulsechain, Ethereum? Because I am continuing to do that, and I've also bought at these levels as well too. Other than that, guys, I'll leave you off with this. Until next time, bros, as always, stay profitable.